You know, I ended up having it brought up to me the other day that a couple of days ago was the 1 year anniversary of the accident and, everything that ended up happening from that point. And the funny thing is, as chaotic as trying to untangle myself from the circumstances from the past and just trying to pretty much get the people from the past that were trying to harass me and keep me roped into whatever bullshit they had going on and just get left the fuck alone. And I have to say, being completely and utterly single, it's actually been really, really nice. It's been a level of peace that I needed for a long while. Nobody going ahead and telling me, like, oh, unless you go ahead and change and work on this thing, then, there's no way forward. There's a way forward for me with myself, and it's just being at peace with myself. You know? I mean, ultimately, even cohabitating with other people here. Like, funny thing is, only person downstairs, Jimmy. Now, with Jimmy, don't get me wrong, he's an asshole, but not an asshole in the bad way. He deals with stupid people all day. For me, I have to deal with stupid people all the time. So I vent to him whenever, there's any stupidity going on. He vents to me about the stupid people that he has to deal with. We're just copacetic, you know? When it comes down to everyone upstairs, I mean, ultimately, I get asked to do something here and there. In exchange, I don't get fucking harassed about my cigarettes. I don't get harassed about, literally, I basically only ever seen during the time of when I would go up for a meal or for some coffee, you know, or when I go to take a shower. Every once in a while, I get asked to do a favor, whether it ends up being going ahead and keeping an eye on the dogs, because somebody's got a doctor's appointment or has to go to the hospital, or, there's a church thing going on, whatever the case is. But when there's not a circumstance like that going on, unless I'm going out for a cigarette, I'm in this room. When I'm in this room, I get left the fuck alone, you know? And now that, and keep in mind, it's been clarified. Now that I don't get harassed about, oh, you need to keep this room clean and da da da. I'm literally getting the whole, have you been looking in my stuff? No. The entire time that I have been here, I have not been going into drawers, nothing like that. Because frankly, I really don't give a fuck what's in them. I I literally just want, my situation to get fixed with the, you know, mistakes and errors that there have been going on. So that way I can have the opportunity and the option of being able to get my situation fixed. Like, for example, with my license wrongfully getting suspended and, be back on the road. So that way, with getting back on the road, I could actually go out and, you know, socialize, get back to doing hobbies that I'm not cooped up in this room all the time because, I went from being cooped up in an apartment for a couple of years straight to now being cooped up in a room here for an added year. Uh, Basically haven't gone out now. And, almost 3 years. But, yeah, ultimately, I don't have to go ahead and hear about how I got one responsibility or another. I have had the opportunity to go ahead and do what I needed to do for physical therapy, and now I got a little more range of motion when it comes to my toes, despite the fact that I can still feel that glue vein right under the toes. So it's literally just this elongated, like, straw like that, like throughout the entire creasing of my toes. So, like, what would be right there for the foot literally has that adhesive straw like that cutting through. And I feel it every second of every day. But at the same time, having to go ahead and work on doing what I need to do for mobility. So I, do the usual stretches, do the yoga, do the push ups, do the sit ups, all that. So, but ultimately, I don't have anybody to account for. I don't have anybody to answer to. Ultimately, anybody who has a fucking opinion about me, it's just that. You know? Ultimately, though, their opinion doesn't dictate my stability. So ultimately, it really doesn't fucking matter to me. Now, as far as having to, take care of legal situations, as far as, that civil litigation that I need to do to, make sure that everything that's owed to me gets fully handled, because I really can't fucking wait on that anymore. And ultimately, everything else has been resolved. Everything. Everything, 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 everything. Now it's about literally everybody else got theirs. Now it's time for me to get mine. And, yeah. Just going ahead and enjoying living a life where nobody's breathing down my fucking neck telling me what to do every second of every goddamn day. Not to mention that, but not having to account for anybody else's views, anybody else's perspectives, any aspects of compatibility or, differences in perspectives, the way that it ends up going ahead and affecting, long-term ability to be able to coexist. And it's the nicest position I've ever been in, And ultimately, anytime anybody throws any attempts to go ahead and throw a wrench in that piece and everything, I just go ahead and turn my fucking phone off. I still listen to the updates that I got to go ahead and, hear about the update of, when everything's finally going to get handled and resolved. And yeah, I'm still going to flap my gums off as far as my personal opinion based on the experience that I had and people wanting to go ahead and trying to salt wounds that they have no right speaking on. But yeah, I do that by choice. I'm not going to be silenced, and ultimately, now it's just all about fix it. Just going forward. And if you want to continue to stand in my way of going forward, understand, if I intentionally hinder your life like you intentionally hindered mine, you know why I did it.